Hey everyone, Jake here for American Trucks, and in this video we're taking a look at the Pro Series 5th Gen 2500 G2 style projector headlights with chrome housings and clear lenses, fitting 2009 to 2018 Ram 1500s with the factory halogen non-projector headlights. Whether you're looking to replace some old faded lenses or you just want to update the look of your Ram, these Pro Series headlights are going to fit the bill. Not only do they provide you with updated OEM plus good looks, but you get a pretty significant lighting upgrade as well with LED daytime running lights and dual projectors. They're a definite improvement over your stock setup. So if you're looking for style and substance from your next set of headlights, stick around. Now, lighting upgrades are some of the easiest and best ways to improve your truck. Whether you're going more for aesthetics or lighting performance, opting for a new set of headlights is a great way to make a difference in the overall experience of driving your truck. Now, these projector headlights take the place of your factory halogens, and they're going to provide you with much better lighting than those stock units. And that is thanks to these projectors. You get two in each light, one for the high beams and one for the low. Both are going to utilize H7 bulbs for a much cleaner, crisper, and brighter light output than your factory bulbs. But that also means that if and when you have to change those bulbs out, it's not going to be a problem, as those H7 bulbs are readily available pretty much anywhere, and they're affordable too, so running costs here are minimal. But you also get the benefits of LED daytime running lights here too. On the top and bottom of the housings, you have these big LED strips. Now, these are going to shine a bright white when you power your truck on or when you're just driving around, so they'll function like a traditional daytime running light. But these also have another trick up their proverbial sleeve in that they act as your turn signals as well. And these are sequential turn signals to boot, which I am always a fan of. So when you hit the stalk, these are going to switch to an amber color, and an additional LED strip down here on the bottom is going to light up as well. Now, these are going to be also brighter than your factory DRLs and signals, and since they're LEDs, they should last you a nice long time too. And of course, we have to talk about the look. These are meant to mimic the 5th Gen Ram 2500s in some ways and bring that style to your 4th Gen Ram 1500. With the chrome internal housings and the clear lenses over top, these are a pretty clean looking design overall. Plus, keeping it in the Ram family means that they're going to integrate well enough that you'd be forgiven for thinking these were the lights that came on the truck from the factory. It all comes together nicely to modernize the look of the front end in an OEM type of style, and that I am a big fan of. The housings here are constructed from polypropylene, which means that they're going to be light and durable. The lenses are your industry standard polycarbonate, meaning that they're going to hold up well to impacts and weather conditions. Plus, the whole unit is sealed up to keep out dirt and moisture and protect the housings and the electronics inside. Now, those LEDs that we were talking about are going to last you a while, and as we discussed earlier, the H7 bulbs for the main and high beams means that replacements, should you ever need them, are going to be both readily available and affordable, so running costs are minimal, and it's just as easy as popping this off and pulling the bulb out right here. Plus, this set is also DOT and SAE approved, meaning that they meet all the necessary regulations to be deemed street legal. That means too that there are adjusters included on the back so you can ensure proper alignment for the best lighting output and performance. Pricing for the set comes in at about $550, which places them pretty much square in the middle of the pack. It's not the cheapest, but you're getting some good stuff here and a cool style to boot. You're also saving quite a bit of initial cost over a full LED setup too, which is nice too. It's just going to be less of a hit to the wallet. So if you like the style, you want to save a few bucks and still get something cool that's going to have a good lighting output, this is going to be a great choice for you. Installation is going to get a 2 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and the job should take you about 2 hours to complete. Now, these are going to require you to do a bit of wiring for the daytime running light functions, but everything you need comes included in the kit. So otherwise, this is a plug and play operation. So if you feel comfortable doing a little bit of wiring, plugging some stuff in, this is definitely a job that you can accomplish at home. With that, let's head over to the install bay and we'll walk you through that process.
For this install, you need a 3/8 ratchet, 10mm socket, and a clip removal tool. All right, today we're gonna be installing some headlights on our Ram, but first we're gonna watch a quick video on how to uninstall the stock ones, and then we'll come back here to install the new ones.
For this install, we are going to have to pull the grill off the front end of our truck to gain access to the headlights. You don't need a whole lot of tools to accomplish this job, and I'm going to walk you through every step of the process. So let's get started. The first step is actually going to be to remove the rad support cover. Ours is missing, and all you'll need is this little clip removal tool to pop the clips out to remove that, and that is going to gain you access to these 4 10mm bolts here at the top of the grill. So I'll use my 10mm socket on a ratchet and pull those out. Once those bolts are removed, you can grab the grill from the front end and just give it a good pull, and it should come right off. The next step is actually going to be behind the headlight, and you're going to gain access to this through the inner fender liner. There's an access window that we can use to get to the back of the headlight, and we're going to be feeling for this white tab here. It has a lip on the bottom of it, and all we have to do is push it up to unlock it. I just need to pull the clip for the access window back, and then I can fold that back out of my way, and then I can put my hand inside and release the tab. Next, once again, using my 10mm socket and ratchet, I'm going to remove the 2 bolts here on the front of the headlight. That'll allow me to pull it out and unplug it from the vehicle. Now I can pull my headlight out and unplug my connectors. Just to give you a little bit of a better visual of the clip that I was referring to earlier, this is it right here, and it is currently in its locked position. By pushing it up, you open up the slot here to allow the headlight to come out.
All right, before we put our new headlights in, we just have a little bit of wiring to do. We have to hook up straight to battery and also plug into our fuse box. So we'll start with that, and then we'll get to the rest of the wiring. But let's start with hooking up to our battery first. All right, we're gonna start with our battery. What we have is we have our positive connection and our negative. So we're gonna loosen this nut here on our positive terminal. Just need to loosen enough just to slide this under, and you can tighten it back down. And do the same thing for the negative. All right, now we can go into our fuse box. All right, so we're gonna open our fuse box just by pushing on these 2 tabs and lifting up. Now the fuse we're gonna be going after is spot F66, which will be the second 10 amp fuse right here. So we're gonna grab our fuse removal tool, pop that fuse out. All right, then you put your tool back. You're gonna grab the gray wire with the fuse tap on it and plug that right in place. And then you can run your wire out like this. There's a little bit of foam here so it won't pinch it, so you can close your lid again. All right, now for the rest of the wiring, you'll see that we have a shorter wire and a longer wire. Obviously a shorter one will go to the driver's side, longer one we're gonna run across to the passenger side. So we're gonna take our shorter one, and you'll see an access hole right through here, right where the rest of the wiring comes through. You can just pull that through. Passenger side, it's gonna run along our front here. Now you can secure yours how you want. We're just gonna run ours under a hood latch, across our plastic guards to make sure it stays away from anything heat. Bring it down the side here. And we'll come through right here. All right, now we're gonna plug our factory harnesses in. We have our tan connector. We're gonna plug into our inside connector. Secure our locking tab. Our black connector to our outside one. All right, and then we have our DRL harness. Just plug that into each other. And then we can put our headlight into place. Now tuck back all the wiring. Here's how to make sure that this groove here goes into this locking tab. All right, I know you can't see, but what you're gonna do now is once you get this into place, you're gonna slide down on that locking tab in the rear to secure it in place. And then we can put our 2 bolts in. Our shorter bolt up top, our longer bolt down the bottom. Grab our ratchet, 10mm socket, tighten them down. All right, now on our wheel liner, we're just gonna put our cover back in place, reinstall our push clip. All right, now you can repeat all those same steps for the other side. All right, now we're gonna put our grill back into place. We're just gonna line up our tabs on either side. And then we can reinstall our 4 bolts. All right, we'll grab our ratchet 10mm socket, tighten them down. And we'll put our radiator cover back in place and just push our push clips back in this spot.
That's going to wrap it up here for our review and install of the Pro Series 5th Gen 2500 G2 style projector headlights with chrome housings and clear lenses, fitting 2009 to 2018 Ram 1500s with the factory halogen non-projector headlights. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, for all things Ram, be sure to keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.